Hello and welcome to this Internet of Things crash course. This course will guide you through creating your first internet connected electronics projects using a Wi-Fi breakout board that's available almost everywhere. You will learn the elaborate workflow of hardware and software that makes smart objects succeed through basic step-by-step examples. We are going to take examples of the most common things you want to build, like a sensor or a button that triggers an email or a tweet. We are also going to take an example about a circuit that displays information fetched from online and how to combine sample code to build your own project ideas. So, whether you are a software engineer just dipping a toy into hardware, or a novice who just has basic knowledge in Arduino, this course will give you the skills to realize the Internet of Things projects of your dreams. You will explore cloud services to quickly and easily link your DIY circuits up with other Internet of Things devices, social media websites, and a lot more. Internet of Things is now a trending topic. So I highly recommend that you join this course to get the knowledge you need to get started as an IoT freelancer or to kick off your career in Internet of Things, or you can just do it to have fun while playing with your projects online. You can have a web page to control your home after watching this course, and you will learn how to connect different items even if it is a sensor, and get the data from that sensor to an online web page that shows you everything. Hardware and software requirements. Now, the first thing that you need to have is Esp32 board, which is basically the board that we are going to use to connect our project or our sensors to the internet. It's basically a board that deals and looks like an Arduino board, but it has a Wi-Fi capability and a lot more features that we are going to discuss in a separated section. You'll also need an Adafruit and iFit accounts, and we are going to explain how to get free accounts on these two websites because we are going to need them for our automation or web automation. You will need some basic electronic components, resistors, buttons, anything at hand that you need to test out with a new board. You will need Arduino IDE, which is basically the Arduino programming environment, since we are going to use it to program our ESP board. You will need sensors. If you have a motion detector sensor or any other type of sensor, you can use it and test it out with this board, and you will need jumper wires to connect different elements to this board. And all of these elements will be explained each in a separated lesson depending on which type of electronic circuits that we are going to apply in this course. But I can assure you that everything can be done using just the board without any additional elements. You'll need the board, the ESP board, and the Arduino IDE programming environment. These are the two most important components regarding the hardware and the software. Esp32 development board. The Esp32 is a low-cost system on chip series created by Esp32 systems. It's an improvement on the popular Esp8266 that is widely used in Internet of Things projects. The Esp32 has both Wi-Fi and Bluetooth capabilities, which make it an all-rounded chip for the development of Internet of Things project and embedded systems in general. Now, in this course, you will learn how to get started with the Esp32 and learn how to use it to scan Wi-Fi hotspots, control LEDs, buttons, sensors or get sensors reading on our page, along with other examples. This course will equip you with the basic knowledge that you will need when working on your ESP32 projects in the future. Now, some of the main specifications for the ESP32. When it comes to the chip specifications, you will find that it has a dual core, which means that it has two processors. It also has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth built in. You don't have to plug in any USB dongle to enable Wi-Fi or get a module. It runs 32-bit programs. The clock frequency can go up to 240 MHz and it has a 512 kilobyte of RAM. This particular board has 30 or 36 pins, 15 in each row. It also has wide variety of peripherals available, like capacitive touch sensors, analog digital converter, digital to analog converter, universal asynchronous serial communication modules, SPI, I2C, and much more. This board comes with built-in Hall effect sensor and built-in temperature sensor. So this board is all what you need to get started in no time in the Internet of Things world. Now, to start programming this board, you will need a software or a programming environment. You can simply use the Arduino IDE, which we are going to do in this course. It's a very easy to use software and most people are familiar with it, and even if you are not familiar, it's the easiest software to use when you want to program ESP boards. There is also a software, Esp32 IDF software. It's basically an Internet of Things development framework that they provide for their boards. There is also MicroPython, JavaScript, or Lua. The one that we are going to use in this course is Arduino IDE. It requires some adjustments to install the ESP library, but everything will be explained in details in a separated section where you will learn how to download and install the required libraries for different ESP boards and the right steps to do so. Now, to prepare your board for the Arduino IDE, there is an add-on for the Arduino IDE that allows you to program the ESP32 using that platform. The very same platform that you can use to program Arduino can also be used to program ESP using Arduino programming language. So it's out of the box and ready for you to use. In the next lesson, we are going to explain the Esp32 Pin Out, how many pins are there, how to recognize each pin function, and which pin to use when you want to connect input, output, PWM signal, or sensor.